Hello, Nikhil, Harsha, Mahati, Anagha. How are you? Are you all right? Yes. Have you taken breakfast? Yes, we have taken. Nikhil, I will put one question to you. What are the basic necessities of our life, Nikhil? What do we need to live? Yes, you are correct. We need food. That's why we are eating breakfast. That's why we are eating lunch. That's why we are eating dinner. No? Yes, we need food. Then we need water. Then we need shelter. Then we need clothing. These are the basic necessities of our life. Firstly, we need water, Nikhil. Without water, no life. Only on the earth there is water. That's why here, only on the earth, only on this planet, we are living. Without water, no life. If there is water, there will be life. Yes. So what's the title of our today's lesson, Nikhil? Water. Yes. We are learning about water. Yes. Water. Do we go for the next picture? Look at the picture, Nikhil. See here. Where do we get water, Nikhil? Yes. We get water in rivers, through rains, in streams, through hand pump, through tap, in ponds, in sea, in lake, in wells, in reservoirs. Out of this, river, rain, stream, pond, sea, lake are natural sources of water. They are there naturally. Hand pump, we make hand pumps. Taps, we make taps. Well, we dig wells. So these are man-made sources. Others are natural sources of water. Yes. These are the sources of water. Firstly, what's the planet we are living on, Nikhil? What's our planet? Earth. Yes. 3/4 of our Earth, 3/4 of Earth is filled with water. Only 1/4 is land. 3/4 of our Earth is filled with water. Out of this 75% of water, only 3% is fresh water. The rest is not fresh. It is salt water. We can't use salt water. We can't drink salt water. Yes. Our body also. 70% of our body is made up of water. 70% of our body weight is just because of water. Without water, our body can't function. If we don't drink water, your food cannot get digested. You can't breathe. Our lungs, kidneys, everything. For life, to live our life, we need water. Since water is very essential for us. Yes. These are the sources of water. Sources means here we find water. The places where we find water are called sources. So sources means there we find water. There are natural sources and hand pump, well are man-made sources. Yes. Reservoir also. We make reservoirs and we reserve water there, no? Yes. Do we go for the next picture? Look here. What are the uses of water, Nikhil? Look at the picture. Here you see. For drinking. We need water to drink. For washing clothes. And for plants. To do kitchen work. We have to wash vegetables before cooking. Otherwise, they cause diseases to us. And then what for? For water sports. Then for washing utensils, then for producing electricity, for construction, for water transport, for extinguishing fire. To put out fire, we need water. For bathing, don't say bathing. We have to call it bathing. For bathing, we need water. For swimming, then what for? For fountains. Then for water plants, water animals. Some plants, some animals live only in water. So for water life, we need water. And for cleaning also we need water. So these are the uses of water. There are many more other uses. These are only some. Now think about it. For irrigation also we need water. For industrial uses we need water. Without water, no industry can work. No factory can work. Then for washing vehicles we need water. For irrigation, to grow plants, to grow crops, we need water. Yes, these are the some uses of water. Think of it, then make a list of other uses of water. Yes. Do we go for the next picture? Look here. Do you know water? Water is in three forms. What are the three forms of water? We see here. Yes, look here. Firstly, solid, liquid, gaseous form. Solid, liquid, and gaseous form. What's the solid form of water? Nikhil? Ice. Ice is the solid form. Liquid. There's the liquid form. There is liquid water in a glass. We drink liquid water. Then the third is gaseous form. Look at the jar. Water is evaporating. When we heat water, we get this gaseous form. What's this gaseous form of water called, Nikhil? Even పిలుస్తాం ఈ gaseous form ne. Yes, you are correct. We call it water vapor. No, we can see it. It's visible. So solid form is ice. Liquid form is water. Gaseous form is water vapor. These are the three forms of water. Keep it in mind, Nikhil. It's very important. So water is available in three forms. Yes, do we go for the next picture? Look here. Here, there are ice pieces in the bowl. When we heat this ice, what happens? Ice is which form of water is this? Yes, it's a solid form. Ice is the solid form of water. When we heat it, what happens? It changes into liquid form. It changes into liquid form. So the temperature at which it changes from solid form to liquid form is called melting point. The temperature, the point at which it melts is called melting point. The temperature at which it changes from solid form to liquid form is called melting point. Yes. So what's the melting point? The point at which ice melts is called melting point. At this point, water changes into liquid form. Look for the next picture. Look here. Here, we heated water. What's happening? Water is evaporating. Water is changing into gaseous water. Liquid water is changing into gaseous water. What is this gaseous water called, Nikhil? Even pilustam dinne? Yes, we call it water vapor. What's the form of water vapor? Is it the solid form, or is it the liquid form, or is it the gaseous form? Yes, it's the gaseous form. So the temperature at which this liquid water changes into gaseous water is called, from liquid state to gaseous state, is called boiling point. So what's the boiling point? The point at which liquid water boils is called boiling point. From liquid water it changes to, from liquid state it changes to gaseous state. No? Form or state, one this form and state and okate. The temperature at which water changes from liquid state to gaseous state is called gaseous form. It's called boiling point. So see here, when we heated ice, it changes into water. When we heated water, it changes into water vapor, and vice versa happens also. So do you know now what's the melting point? What's the boiling point? At melting point, what happens? Ice melts into water. At boiling point, what happens? Water boils into water vapor. No? Do you go for the next picture? Look here. These are grass leaves. It's a living thing. We are also living things. Inside our body, how is air? How is the state? How is it ఎలా ఉంటుందమ్మా? It's warm. We have a certain temperature, 98.4 like that, 98.4 Fahrenheit. That's the body temperature. So for in winter, what happens, Nikhil? In winter, outside our body, it will be cool, and we can say cold. Inside our body, it's warm enough. సరిపోను వేడిగా ఉంటుంది. Outside our body, it's cold. Here in plants also. Plant is a living thing kada. So inside it is warm enough. Inside our body, it's warm enough. Through transpiration, through the stomata, water is coming out. బయటకు వస్తుంది కదా. Then what happens? Outside in winter, cold గా ఉంటుంది కదా. Then what happens? Due to the less temperature, due to the coldness, this water changes into dewdrops, solid water, dewdrops. We call it dewdrops. See here, look at the glass. What happens? Here inside it is cold. Inside there are ice pieces kada. So inside it is cold. Outside it is warm enough. Opposite of the thing, the other thing, you know. Inside it is cold. In the country there are ice pieces. Outside it is warm enough. So what happens? Due to these ice pieces, the air present on the surface of glass gets cool. కూల్ అయిపోతుంది కదా. లోపల ఐస్ వల్ల గ్లాస్ పైన ఉన్న ఎయిర్ కూడా ఏమవుతుంది? గెట్స్ కూల్. ఇప్పుడు ఆ ఎయిర్ లో దెర్ ఇస్ వాటర్ వేపర్ కదా, వాటర్ వేపర్ ఉంటుంది కదా. దట్ వాటర్ వేపర్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్? చేంజెస్ ఇంటూ లిక్విడ్ వాటర్. That's why there are drops, water drops on the glass. This is called condensation. దీన్ని ఏమంటామమ్మా? Condensation. Here also see. In the leaf also the same thing. That what happened? Water changed into dewdrops. Because outside it's very cold. Cold గా ఉంది కదా. That's why water change into dew drops. Which water? Water coming out of the leaf through transpiration. Transpiration వల్ల బయటకు వస్తుంటుంది కదా, లైక్ అవర్ స్వెట్టింగ్, మన స్వెట్టింగ్ లాగా. దట్ వాటర్ బయటకు వచ్చాక ఏమవుతుంది? డ్యూ టు ద కోల్డ్ వెదర్ వల్ల చేంజ్ ఇంటూ డ్యూ డ్రాప్స్. అండర్స్టూడ్ దేర్ ఆన్ ద లీవ్స్, అలానే ఉండిపోయింది. సో దట్స్ ట్రాన్స్పైర్డ్ వాటర్, ట్రాన్స్పైర్డ్ gaseous form of water, like the liquid form of water, turned into dew drops. That's called condensation. Here could the same thing. What happened? Glass inside there are ice pieces. So it's on the surface of ice, like the inside the glass. So how is the air? It's very cool. Cold. Kabatti outside air is not cold. But on the surface of the glass, there is air kada, air untundi kada. Around the glass there is air kada. In that air there is water vapor kada, water vapor undi kada. That water vapor emotundi when it comes into contact with the glass contact lo vachindi kada. When that air touches the glass, touch అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? Due to the coldness of this surface, a water vapor changed into liquid water. Outside air lo ఉన్న వాటర్ వేపర్ ఏమైపోయింది? Changed into liquid water. That change of liquid gaseous water into gaseous form of water, into liquid form of water, is called condensation. So what is this? Condensation. Here in the leaves, on the leaves, dew drops are there. That's because of condensation. Here on the surface of the glass, vapor changed into liquid water. That is called condensation. So gaseous form changed into liquid form kada in condensation. Here on the leaves also changed into dew drops. That's a condensation. Dew drops means slightly solidified. Yes. Do we go for the next picture? Look here. What's happening here? There is sun. Because of sun, what happens? When sun shines, sun gives us the light. Inka em istadu? Along with the light, sun gives us heat. Heat kuda vastundi. What does that heat do? Heat em chestundi? It heats water. Water em chestunama? It heats. Due to this heating effect of the sun, ఈ heating effect వల్ల వాటర్ ఏమవుతుంది? వాటర్ present in ponds, lakes, rivers, seas. What happens? ఏం చేస్తుంది? Evaporates. See there? What is going up? It's evaporating. It's evaporating. Look there. Sun is shining. Water is going up. Changing into vapor. Liquid water is changing into vapor. That's called evaporation. Yamantamma danne? Evaporation. See? When this gaseous form goes up into the paina elaguntundi? It's cold ga untundi kabatti vapor changed into drops of water. Malli liquid water ga change అయిపోయింది. When these water drops combine with each other, combine అయిపోయినప్పుడు they come close to the earth and fall as the rain కింద పడతాయి. When air gets cooled, when temperature becomes less, when temperature decreases, తగ్గిపోయినప్పుడు water drops ఏమవుతాయి? Fall down as rain. This rain, see, forms canals, ponds, lakes, and the giant sea. And the same thing happens again and again, like a cycle. So what do we call this cycle? The name అని పిలుస్తాము? Water cycle. What do we call it? Water cycle. Yes, that's about water. One more thing is there, Nikhil, I forgot to say, forgot to show. In winter, when we get cough, like that, when we get a cough, what happens? Vapor comes out. Then what happens? A cloud forms at our mouth. Cloud formation takes place kada. How? Ela jarugutundi. How is it possible? In winter, inside our body warm enough. Air is warm enough. Outside our body air ela untundi? Cold. అందుకే this water vapor coming out of our mouth. మన నోట్లో నుంచి వచ్చే mouth water vapor ఏమవుతుంది? Gets solidified. Changes into tiny drops of water and forms a cloud around our mouth. No? That's also condensation. Look here. Sun is evaporating. There is evaporation. Again, when the air gets cooled, air cool it falls down as water. That's called condensation. So evaporation takes place because of the sun. When there is no sun, when the sunshine is less, condensation takes place. Evaporation, condensation. Evaporation, condensation. Evaporation is the opposite of condensation. Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. This takes place continuously. That's the water cycle. That way it's sustaining our life. There is no water. There is no water cycle. What do we get? We get famine, we get a drought, we get no water, no crops, no plants. So water, we need water to live our life. Yes. Look here. It's raining. What's happening there? It's raining. Raining means condensation. Vapor changed into liquid water. That's called condensation. Snow here. Snow. How is the snow formed? Ela form avutundi when air becomes too cold. Challaga అయిపోయినప్పుడు. When temperature decreases, what happens? This liquid water changes into crystals of ice. చిన్న crystals of ice గా మారుతుంది. That's called snow. When temperature is too cold, ఇంకా cold అయినప్పుడు, these crystals of ice are tiny kada, and they change into big pieces of snow and fall down as hailstones. వడగళ్ళుగా మారుతాయి కదా. Then when it's cold గా ఉన్నప్పుడు these water drops of the rain changes into crystals of ice. That is called snow. ఇంకా టెంపరేచర్ గోస్ డౌన్, ఇంకా తక్కువ అయిపోయినప్పుడు దిస్ క్రిస్టల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఐస్ చేంజ్ ఇంటూ బిగ్ పీసెస్ ఆఫ్ ఐస్, కొంచెం పెద్ద పెద్ద పీసులు అవుతాయి. వై కాల్ దెమ్ హెయిల్ స్టోన్స్, వడగళ్ళు. వెన్ ఎయిర్ ఫ్రీజెస్. ఎయిర్ ఏమైపోతుందమ్మా ఇప్పుడు? ఫ్రోజన్. ఎయిర్ బాగా ఫ్రోజన్ అయిపోయింది. ఎయిర్ బికేమ్ ఐస్ లైక్ అనమాట. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇన్ వెస్ట్రన్ కంట్రీస్. Western countries we can observe in winter this is snow, hailstones, etc. Sometimes air gets frozen. Then what happens? Look at the picture. Chudakada. Raindrops are solidified. Drops change into round balls, solid balls. Raindrops change into round solid balls. And it falls down. That's called sleet. So when raindrops fall through the frozen air to the surface, ఆ ఫ్రోజన్ ఎయిర్ లోంచి కింద పడినప్పుడు డ్రాప్స్ ఎలా పడతాయేమో? రెయిన్ డ్రాప్స్ చేంజ్ ఇంటూ బాల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఐస్. దట్స్ కాల్డ్ స్లీప్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్. What is this? This is a different type. This is about different types of precipitation. We call it precipitation. How does precipitation occur? Ela jarugutundamma? This is because of condensation. Yes. These are the four main types of precipitation. When water vapor gets condensed ayyaka, we get rain. When temperature becomes low, temperature baga low ayinappudu, we get to snow. When the temperature goes too low, inka low ayinappudu, we get hailstones. We get to sleet. Yes. So through evaporation, clouds are formed. Clouds ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తాయమ్మా? Clouds, water. Who will form clouds? Water vapor. Water vapor goes up into the air. When temperature falls down, temperature పడిపోయినప్పుడు clouds come down to our earth కిందికి వస్తాయి. When temperature goes too low, ఇంకా తక్కువైపోయినప్పుడు what happens? A vapor changes into water drops. Water drops fall down as rain, snow, sleet, hailstones. Kada? So black clouds give us rain. Black clouds into clouds filled with water drops. Turn grey, turn black, and gives us rain, snow, sleet, hail. This is all because of condensation. So what are these four types of condensation called? We call it precipitation. Yes.